Hello and welcome to the week. Yesterday, Mirwaiz Umar Farooq, who is an important separatist leader and chairman of the Hurriyat Conference, met the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Waqf Board. As we know, the government has proposed some amendments to the Waqf Act across the country. Once these amendments come into effect, then the new law will come into effect that will govern Waqf properties that include mosques, that include some charities, madrasas across the country. With Jammu and Kashmir being the largest Muslim majority state in India, Mirwaiz had written to the JPC that they want an audience to discuss some certain things, and he wants to make some suggestions before the amendments are passed. So finally, Mirwaiz yesterday led a delegation representing 45 different religious bodies in Kashmir, and he went to Delhi and he met the JPC, and later he spoke to the week, and he said that the discussion was held in a cordial way. But he said that it seems that the JPC has already made up its mind to run through with the amendments, and he said it looks that they are not ready to listen to the suggestions. He said they presented a memorandum containing 6 suggestions, but according to Mirwaiz, the JPC said they will consider, but Mirwaiz said that it seems that the JPC is not keen on implementing these suggestions. Mirwaiz said that they want that these suggestions should be seriously considered because in Jammu and Kashmir and across the country, it will have serious bearing on Muslims and the properties of Waqf, including mosques, madrasas, graveyards, and schools run under the Waqf. So he said that he hopes that some suggestions are taken into consideration. He also said that this is happening at a time, according to Mirwaiz, when Jammu and Kashmir is going through a period of disempowerment. According to him, post Article 370, he said if these amendments are rushed through, it will have serious bearing on the economic issues on Kashmir, primarily because there are hundreds of properties that the Waqf in Jammu and Kashmir manages, and there are properties who are 300 years old, 400 years old, and there are no documents for such properties because they have been raised maybe a couple of centuries back. Now, the thing is that Mirwaiz meeting the JPC marks a very important turning point in Mirwaiz's personal politics and also the separatist politics in Kashmir. Remember, Mirwaiz is not only a Hurriyat leader, he also commands tremendous political influence in Kashmir. The reason for this is this mosque, as you can see, this is a historical Jamia mosque, several centuries old. This is where from he derives his power and authority. Mirwaiz family is the custodian of Kashmir's Jamia mosque, the most influential and the historical and the largest mosque in Kashmir. People have high faith and they revere this mosque, and from the pulpit of this mosque, Mirwaiz makes sermons and also issues statements which are political in nature. And this is exactly why this meeting that Mirwaiz has held with the JPC marks a turning point, because the separatists in the past would not indulge and engage with New Delhi on matters concerning constitutional issues. But post Article 370, we're witnessing this change that the Mirwaiz has now engaged with the JPC, which is a parliamentary body, and discussing issues regarding Waqf. That said, the Mirwaiz has been a central figure in Kashmir separatist politics ever since the formation of the Hurriyat Conference, which once was a very potent separatist platform, is today struggling for relevance. But Mirwaiz, because of Jamia Mosque and the historical significance of this mosque and the clout that his family yields through this mosque across political and religious landscape, now reaching out to Delhi and trying to discuss issues that concern the Waqf property marks a turning point. Observers say that this is a signal. This signals a major shift in the separatist politics because the Mirwaiz is now ready to engage with New Delhi. This opens possibilities of a dialogue between New Delhi and separatists in Kashmir. Remember, Mirwaiz has always been considered a moderate ever since he took over the chairmanship of Hurriyat when it was formed, and during that period he engaged in consultations and he engaged with dialogue with New Delhi, and he also met prime ministers. He was also part of the delegation, Hurriyat delegation, that was sent to POK during when Musharraf was the president of Pakistan, and there was a back channel diplomacy going on between India and Kashmir to resolve Kashmir, to have some kind of a dialogue and some kind of a peace solution on Kashmir. Mirwaiz was also part of the delegation. So Mirwaiz, being a central figure because of his religious and political significance, and also because he commands huge influence in Kashmir, once again, because of this historical mosque that his ancestors, his elders have been Mirwaizes of this mosque in the past, and today he is the Mirwaiz of this mosque. As a custodian of this mosque, he is now indulging in politics that is considered more less separatist in nature and more into social and economic issues. We remember that he recently also sent a delegation of Awami Action Committee, which he also heads, when there was a protest on against reservations outside Chief Minister's office. So all in all, significant development that Mirwaiz has reached out to New Delhi, discussed and engaged with them. And this dialogue once again tells us that the ice is finally melting between New Delhi, is allowing some room for people like Mirwaiz, who has been moderate, who has always been pro peace, who has not supported violence, and himself has become a victim of violence when we know that his father in 1990 was shot dead by militants during intense militancy period in the 90s. Mirwaiz's father, Maulvi Farooq, was assassinated in his home in Nagin, not far from here, a few kilometers from here. Maulvi Farooq was assassinated in 1990, 21st of May. So he is himself been a victim of the situation in Kashmir. So New Delhi understands that he is operating in constraints. Yet this development, yesterday's development, wherein he engaged with the JPC, suggests a shift in politics, separatist politics, and it seems that there is a possibility now that the separatists can engage with New Delhi, at least on matters concerning the internal situation in Kashmir, the well-being. The Mirwaiz said that he is concerned that these amendments, if run through, will have bearing on the properties that not only take care of mosques, and also there are orphanages run on such properties managed by the Waqf. So all in all, an important development as senior separatist leader. But this meeting also once again highlights, it reinforces the importance and centrality of Mirwaiz as a prominent political leader of Kashmir.